You're on Deck with Lucy. This show is all about the 3 T's of New York. The talent, the trends, and the taste.
She may sound like she's British, but she's really from the Bronx. The accent is a fake. I'm Perez Hilton, and you're on Deck with Lucy.
Hey guys, we covered the trends and the talent during Fashion Week. Now it's time to talk about the taste. Where do you go during Fashion Week? You want to be in a fashionable place. You want to eat without having the food belly, so you need something light and chic. I think I found just the place. Check out my interview at EN Brasserie.
Every time you come around, finding new ways to push me down. 'Cause it ain't
We
cool.
are on deck with Trevor Stevens here at EN Brasserie, and we're here in the exclusive private dining room. Thank you so much for inviting us. What's it like organizing events here at EN Brasserie?
It's fun. It's time consuming, and you really have to pay attention to the individual guest needs and responses. Usually here we do all different events, so from anything from 10 people to we have something coming up in the next couple days for 120 people. So depending on what they want, you really have to focus in and kind of, put them first for it.
And we've seen you guys do that with the Neodandi show. You definitely transformed this restaurant. And I want to know, why is EN Brasserie different to other Japanese restaurants here in New York City?
Yeah, sure. There are ton of Japanese restaurants in the city, and I think something that we do that's a little bit different is we really try to stick to an authentic experience. So, we want a guest to come in, and when they walk in, they're walking in from Hudson Street, and then they're getting transported to Japan. And, not every place does that. They throw their little tweaks in, and we try to stick to our guns in traditional kitchen and service.
Well, you can tell that from the decor here, and especially from what I've heard, that there's a special dish that you're very well known for called the freshly scooped tofu.
Yep.
What's the secret ingredient, Trevor?
Simplicity, I think, is what it is. I think that's the ingredient. It's premium, high-end quality things, and we don't try to do too much with it. We just try to keep it as simple as possible. And, sometimes the things that are most simple visually and what you think are really the most difficult things to create well.
Well,
Which is what we try to do.
You're creating it well because it's very well known here, the tofu and all of your different dishes. When people come to EN Brasserie, what sort of experience do you hope they take away from them?
Yeah. Well, kind of like what I said about we want a transportational experience is really what we focus in on here. So we want guests to really come in and visually be wowed a little bit by the place, and then obviously the service and the food that we provide. We really just want them to feel like, hey, this is just as good as when we were in Japan a year or two ago. And that's really what we want guests to take away.
Well, like I said, I've definitely taken that away from being here. But I will say one thing, Trevor. When I go to a Japanese restaurant, there is one thing that intimidates me. Can you guess what it is?
Chopsticks.
Yeah.
So many people say it. So many people are like, wow, you're good with those things. I said, I have enough practice. So.
Well, good to know that you're good with them, because what is the secret? How are we supposed to use these? Obviously, we have to snap them first. But
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Years of practice.
So take us through this, Trevor. When we come to EN Brasserie, what's the first thing to do with the chopsticks? Snap them, and
Snap
then...
them, number one. And then, if you've never done it before, I like to kind of think about holding it like a pencil.
Oh, okay.
Right? So you would normally hold it in your index and middle, drop it to your middle and what I'll call ring finger. And then it's simple as putting the top one on, and you move the top. And the bottom stays where it is, and it's a beautiful thing.
Have you explained this before? Because that was like an infomercial there, just how you did it.
Daily. It's the number one job responsibility, actually, is to tell people how to use chopsticks. So.
Well, thank you for explaining that. I'm sure the viewers love that, and now we can all dine here without asking for the fork. Before we end the interview, I know obviously this is where you work here at EN Brasserie, but When you're walking around New York, are there other places that you like to sample the taste of New York?
Yeah, sure. So, I usually get out a little bit later than a regular lunch or dinner, and I usually stay within the neighborhood. So there's a place right up the road from us, Hudson Clearwater, that I go to quite a bit. They're great guys there, and the food is really good. The cocktails are great. I love Daddy-O's, which is just kind of a great bar. A lot of great bar food, things like that. It's good late night. You have a beer or something along those lines. And then, if I want to start looking into something a little bit fancier, really treat myself or whoever I'm with, I love Le Bernardin. Is my favorite restaurant in the city. So he's amazing, and it's just a really great experience.
After EN Brasserie, of course.
I have to rob a bank first, though. So,
That's true. And what's it like working in the food industry? Because this is a city that never sleeps. I'm sure you just said that you get out late.
Sure.
What is it like? Tell us.
It's great. This is what I've always done, and I love it. I'm a people person, so I like to deal with people, and, I'm the type of guy, I wake up thinking about what I'm going to eat and what I'm going to make and who I'm going to meet, not so much, what stocks may be trading at what and what buildings are going to get acquired, but, so that's really what I love. So it's difficult, though. You have to kind of be on point for 12 hours a day because, the spotlight's always on you, as I'm sure you're aware of.
I don't know anything about that.
So it's tricky. It's grinding, but it's one of those things you either love it or you don't, and so I love it.
Well, we're so happy for you being on deck with us. Thank you so much. And guys, do check out EN Brasserie. It's a great place. Awesome, awesome food, especially the freshly scooped tofu. Try saying that a few times. Anyway, you're on deck with Lucy.
Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for being on deck with us and going through the whole 3 T's during fashion. Stay tuned for episode 2 where we talk about fitness. Thanks for being on deck.
Love, I had seen it in your eyes, counting my blessings, burning your alibis. It was love, what a strange way to go. It killed you both, but still don't even know. Still don't even know. There's no hope for me. Found each other now. Two of you just bleed. You remember when you felt safe in his arms. Times may come, but felt like you belonged. But I guess that you were wrong. I found myself tiptoeing towards your door. Singing out, why don't you love me anymore? Don't you love me no more? Don't you love me? Time, moving forward's high when you're always falling behind. And as he dies, she doesn't know what to say. She calls you a night, but your love keeps you away. At least you got your